Hi everyone, I'm Camila Mucci from Avenue Code. I'm part of the team behind the extraordinary Women in Tech, and today I'm thrilled to introduce one of our newest EWIT Diamond members, Jessica Trac, Director of AI Enablement at CIBC. Jessica brings a wealth of experience in retail and digital banking, and most recently, innovation with Gen AI, paired with a passion for continuous learning and advancing inclusive leadership in tech. So thanks very much, Jessica, for accepting this invitation.
Thanks so much for having me here. I'm very excited for our conversation.
All right. So let's start. So Jessica, I know that before 2023, you didn't really consider yourself much of a reader, right? But you set a personal goal of start reading, and it was exactly about reading 23 books, which you described it as a moment that made you feel truly awake. And that experience also sparked your decision to pursue your executive MBA. My question is, how has this mindset shift towards this continuous learning and intentional learning and has shaped your leadership in your current role?
I think, okay, so the reason why it was 23 books is because it was the year 2023. I was like, okay, so how many books can I actually read in 1 year? I don't know. It's the year 2020. Right. I'll set the goal 2020 to be 23. And so, yeah, I wasn't a reader before. I always wanted to be a reader, but I just couldn't do it. I would start a book and it'd be great. Like the first few days, I'd be reading it. And then it really just dropped. I wouldn't continue with the book. And then next thing you know, half a year has passed by and that book is way at the bottom of, I don't know, my nightstand, and I'm not even grabbing it anymore. And like this would happen continuously for years. But then one day I just had enough. I was like, I'm going to be a reader. I am going to do this. And so I did it. I kept reading. I stuck with my goal. There would be days where I could easily watch TV, but I was like, nope, I'm going to go and continue reading this book and finish it. And so finishing that goal, although it was a big goal to me, but finishing it, I think it was a catalyst of knowing that I can set goals and accomplishing it. And so after I did that, I was like, okay, what else is there? What other goals have I set for myself that now I can tackle? Because I know I'm capable of doing that. And so doing the MBA was another thing that I knew I wanted to do. Because I was a very bad student back in the day.
I can imagine that, but okay, go on.
I was a very bad student. So I was like, okay, I wanted to prove myself wrong that now that I'm an adult, I can make better decisions. I can go back to school and redo some of the things that I wasn't really great at back in the day. And so I applied to do my MBA, and I finished that as well. I just graduated a couple of months ago.
Wow.
Yeah, so another goal that I was able to set for myself and do, and I think that's what it is, right? Just setting these goals and working through them, taking them off, and then see what else you can challenge with. But that's just my backstory of knowing that I can actually accomplish things, but how it has shifted my mindset to learning is knowing that learning is a process.
Okay.
Knowing that it is okay that you don't know everything today, that it's okay to fail the first time you try it. The very fact that we can continuously learn, it means that we're actually in a perpetual state of not knowing. And so, you don't have to be in a room and think, oh no, I don't know. I'm not a subject matter expert on that particular topic. And so I can't contribute or whatnot. If there are things you just don't know, then you can learn. Maybe be a part of that conversation, hear what the subject matter experts have to say, and then you learn from that, and you put in your, like, you obviously have your own experiences and backgrounds that, you know, you can contribute. And so I think that's the combination that makes it so powerful, where you have your own experiences with the people who are the SMEs, and you're able to tackle problems together with the different experiences and whatnot. One of my most favorite books that I read during my 23 books is Think Again by Adam Grant.
Okay.
And the premise of that book is that it is actually okay not to know everything, or that if you know it, it is okay to actually have to relearn what you learned. And I'll give you an example. This is his example in the book. Like, for a long time, we've always known Pluto as a planet.
Okay.
And then suddenly, randomly, in, I think it was like early 2000s, we were told that Pluto was no longer considered a planet. And so that's something where we always knew as a fact, and then suddenly we had to unlearn that.
Okay.
And so what I'm trying to say is, in leadership, it's an ongoing process of continuously learning, continuously adapting, depending on new information that you're getting. And so the world is changing so quickly right now, especially with all of the different, like the emerging techs and trends that are happening in the world that we're very aware of. Maybe there's going to be a conversation here where I don't have to say AI too many times.
I don't think that's possible, but let's try it.
But yeah, that's what I'm hinting at. Yeah, so the world is changing so quickly. So everything that you know today may not be truths or facts that'll exist still tomorrow.
Yeah.
And so I believe being a leader, a great leader anyway, we need to have the confidence of not having the ego that we need to be the smartest person in the room.
Perfect. I love that. Love that. All right. That's very, very nice. And Jessica, as one of the newest members of our EWIT Diamond community, what are some of the areas of impact or programming that you hope to champion within this group?
Yeah. So I can't take credit for this because I was having a conversation with a colleague and it was their idea. I was sharing with them that, you know, I was part of EWIT Diamond now, and I was sharing with them about the event I was at a panel, on a panelist for, and just how great of an event it was, like being able to have conversations and relate with so many different women in the room. There were, I think, like around 140 women.
Yeah, pretty much, yes.
Yeah, and oh my gosh, it was such a great event because everything that everyone said, I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, I can relate to that. Oh, and just everything. And so, yeah, I was sharing this with them, and they asked me how many men were in the room.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we had some men in the invite list, but I don't think they were able to make it, which is fine. Maybe they got too busy or whatnot. And something they said to me was, wasn't it interesting that we always have these conversations? We're always taught, you know, what we should do when we're in certain situations, like if there are only men in the meeting room, or if we get mansplained. And we know we're like, we always have these events or workshops and whatnot where we're always taught what we're supposed to do in those situations, but we never teach the men back like not to do those type of things. And so something that that I really want us to do is really have more dialogue with the room. And so, I mean, this is a really early idea for me, but I'm hoping to start sometime in the fall when work dies down a little more. Hopefully, maybe, I don't know.
Okay.
I'm hoping to organize. I'm hoping to organize these discussions, and maybe even a workshopping session where it's dedicated to promoting allyship. Like, how do we get men in these rooms and have these conversations so that, you know, we don't just, as women, be taught how to deal with it, but as men, not contribute or putting women in those positions where we have to deal with
Perfect. Yeah, I really, really like that. That's very, very nice. Okay, and to conclude, let's talk a little bit more about the future. So looking ahead, if you could share a piece of advice for the next generation of women who are just entering into the tech world, what would this be?
Okay, if there's only has to be one advice, because I feel like there's so many things. I mean, life is so nuanced.
Yes, yes.
But if there's only one, I would say it's okay to take it slow.
Okay.
I saw it in myself, and I see it in the young co-ops that come into our through our bank and our team. They come in and they're so eager, and which is great, but they're immediately thinking about where they want to be already, and they're thinking about like promotion.
Okay.
And I think that we need to slow it down because, as I mentioned earlier, learning is a process. We can't know everything all at once. So we can't just go into a role and expect to know everything and then jump to the next role.
Perfect.
So if there's one advice, it's slow it down, be kind to yourself, know that it's a process, and every experience you're going to gain, every role you're going to have, it's going to contribute to the person and the role that you're meant to be in and the person that you're supposed to be.
All right. So let's say maybe enjoy the process properly. That's perfect. I love that. Really, really like that. Jessica, thank you so much for sharing your beautiful story, your journey, and most importantly, your vision. I can say in the name of our community that we are honored to have you as part of it. And we are really excited to see the impact you will continue to make together with us. So thanks a lot.
Thanks, Camilla.